So hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. New setup, new angle, camera angle for me today. I mean, we gotta try new stuff. Of course, for the next J League season, if you are a J League fan and following this channel mainly for the Japanese football, and if in general for everything. I mean, J League season review today, K League season review probably tomorrow, even though we still have other games still to be played. I'm gonna probably make a video about the Indian Super League, the A League, in this style more or less, even though we are in the middle of the season, but just to have a complete view of what's happening. I think it's good. And also with Japanese football, it's not over yet. I remind everyone that on Saturday, the 9th of December, we will have川崎frontale that is going to face Kashiwa Reysol in the Emperor's Cup final. And it's going to be a really important game because Kawasaki Frontale, they need to recover from a bad J League season, and Kashiwa Reysol as well. I mean, they are not going to be relegated. They have saved themselves from relegation, but still they need something to consider this season really good. Good or at least really good. I mean, really good, I don't know. Really good. If they win, of course, it's gonna be really good. If they don't, it might be meh. I would say. Of course, a lot of things I'm gonna say it now, and I want to thank you all very, very much for all the subscriptions that are coming. We are closing in on 100. That's very beautiful. Thank you all very much. That's really great, very great. I'm trying to do my best here, and yeah, thank you very much for that. Next year we're gonna be back with 20 teams. We are saying goodbye to Yokohama FC, that is going down after this season, and we are going to have in J1 Machida Zelvia, Jubilo Iwata, and Tokyo Verdy. Tokyo Verdy that have won the playoffs after the playing the final against Shimizu S-Pulse. It was really tight, it was a really fierce battle, and Tokyo Verdy is coming back to J1, and this is an historical thing. We will talk about that. We will talk about Jubilo Iwata, Machida Zelvia, and everything that happened with Shimizu S-Pulse and all the other teams in J2. Of course, I want to focus as well in all the second divisions of the Asian football that I follow, and let's start talking about what happened this season. So let's start from top. I'll put myself here. I hope you can see. Vissel Kobe are the champs. Vissel Kobe are Japanese champs for the first time ever. Their win is mostly thanks to Yuya Osako. Yuya Osako had an absolutely beautiful season. 22 goals. He's tied as top scorer with Anderson Lopez of Yokohama F. Marinos. And really, the chemistry in this Vissel Kobe team was absolutely great, with Yoshinori Muto, with a lot of former Gotoku Sakai, a lot of former Japanese national team members, and that was a really good key to win this title for the first time ever for Vissel Kobe. Yokohama Marinos, they are at 64 points. They end up their season. They were the Japanese champs coming into this season. They had a good shot to retain the title. They fought with Vissel Kobe and for a little part with the Nagoya Grampus during the year to win that title, but the loss at home against Vissel Kobe was a brutal one. Coming to that game, I thought, okay, Yokohama Marinos are not first, but they're gonna, if they win this, and I thought they were favorites, and a lot of people thought they were the favorites to win that game, and consequently then to win the title, but they didn't just not win that one, but they've lost it. They've gone on a winning streak, but that wasn't enough. Of course, Vissel Kobe had also lucky moments, like the one against Urawa Reds, where they had the opportunity to win it in the last minute. And yeah, I mean, you need luck to win as well. And Yokohama F. finished second. They qualified for the FC Champions League Elite 2024-2025, but they hoped for the title, of course. Saint Hiroshima closes third, 58 points, and this is kind of a surprise because Saint Hiroshima stayed for basically the whole year in this area of 6th, 7th, 8th, you know. And then all of a sudden, 3 games to go, 4 games to go, they started to be in contention for third spot, and they actually got it. They actually got it from Urawa Reds. Urawa Reds tried to push to get that something more, something like a second place or the title. We've seen that against Vissel Kobe on how they pulled off the goalkeeper trying to win that game against Vissel Kobe, because they still had a little chance to win the title. But yeah, doing that, they lost 2 points. They lost a point, and that point consequentially lost them the third spot in this year's J League race. And yeah, I mean, looking at this season, it wasn't bad for our Reds because they end up 4th in the J League. That isn't a bad thing. They are still into the AFC Champions League fight. They are the Asian champs. That's important. That's very important. You cannot win the AFC Champions League and consider your season a failure. You cannot, absolutely. So yeah, I mean, if you are our fan, of course, you can be sad for what happened into the J League season, but you are Asian champ, so you have to consider that. Then Kashima Antlers, 52 points. They end up 52 with Nagoya Grampus. 2 completely different perspective for them, because Kashima Antlers, they have always been there during the year, like just outside the top 3. And they've never done that step to get into the top 3. And the Nagoya Grampus, they stayed in the top 3 for the whole year, but then they've fallen off. Yes, they end up just 6 points behind Saint Hiroshima, but they stayed like the whole year, like 5-6 points behind of Vissel Kobe. Now they end up with 19 points, a 19-point gap from them, and that's something that they should think about it. Then the MVP of the season, if not Vissel Kobe, we have to say that he is Avispa Fukuoka. Avispa Fukuoka, I'm gonna put myself here. Avispa Fukuoka. No, I don't know if you can see me. I don't know. I need to work on these new angles. Really, it's really something. Okay, Avispa Fukuoka, they end up at 51 points. They are 7th in the league. They've reached the semi-finals of the Emperor's Cup, and they have won their first ever title, the J League Cup. They're J League Cup champs, and really congrats to them. I've said at the beginning of the year their goal was to stay in J1, to secure a good save season in J1. They've done more than that, especially during the second part of the year. They were absolutely great. Congratulations to all Fukuoka fans, all Avispa Fukuoka fans. Really great job by them. And let's go to Kawasaki Frontale, a team that was expecting more from this J League season. As I said in the beginning, they are in the Emperor's Cup final. They hope to win that. And at a certain point of the season, they've showed their experience. They were like, okay, we are not going to win anything in the J League. So what we do, we focus on the cups. They have 5 wins in 5 games in the AFC Champions League group. They reached the final of the Emperor's Cup, and still they are in the top half of the this J League season. So we see a lot of experience with this Kawasaki Frontale team, and of course Kawasaki Frontale will be one of the favorites to win the title in 2024. A team that can be, and now I'm gonna put myself here, a team that can absolutely be in contention to win a lot next year is Cerezo Osaka. Cerezo Osaka, yes, they end up 9th at 49 points, but they had a good season, and they had a season where they really can fight for a lot of they could really fight for in every game. They had the opportunity to finish higher. At the end of the day, they're just 3 points behind Kashima Antlers that finished 5th. And yeah, Cerezo Osaka is a team that is going up and can do a lot of stuff. Abirex Niigata, surprise result for them, 10th at 45 points. They stayed just like outside the relegation battle between Kashiwa, Shonan, and Yokohama FC. And but then at the end of the year they had a little bit of momentum. They end up at 45 points. Great season at the end of the day for them. They saved themselves from relegation with ease, and that's what they wanted, so good for them. FC Tokyo, they hoped for more. They didn't want to end up here at the end of the season. They hope to be where Saint Hiroshima is. But perhaps next year, I mean, it's been a couple of years that I'm saying, well, perhaps next year FC Tokyo is going to improve. We see that it's going to do more, because I'm expecting FC Tokyo to fight for the title. This is not happening. We see how that goes. But yeah, I mean, season was so and so for them. Hokkaido Consadole Sapporo, they've said say bye to Shinji Ono. That retires, and they end up at 40 points with Kyoto Sanga. Hokkaido Consadole Sapporo and Kyoto Sanga, two teams that they stayed there. They had their season goal in their mind, that was to save themselves. Kyoto Sanga risked a little bit to do what Gamba Osaka did, so to fight to avoid relegation battle at the end, but they stayed at 40 points, so it's fine. Sagan Tosu, pretty much same thing like Kyoto and Hokkaido Consadole Sapporo. They stayed there. They've never really been into the relegation battle, so it's a fine season for them. Shonan Belmare, they stayed so much time, so many match weeks as a last team. They've lost last team in the standings. They've lost Machino that went into Germany, but they found Ohashi, absolutely great player. He came out of nowhere and started to score, and thanks to him, probably mainly thanks to him, they are staying in J1, and absolutely amazing season for Ohashi. Gamba Osaka, 34 points. They stayed where Kyoto Sanga is now, Hokkaido Consadole Sapporo is, but then at a certain point they've fallen off a little bit. They weren't expecting to do much this year, but at a certain point they've really risked a lot, and perhaps they were already thinking about next year, and it was too early. Kashiwa Reysol, they end up at 33 points. Pretty much, I mean, they were the safest team of this 3-team battle that happened during the whole year between Shonan Belmare, Yokohama FC, and Kashiwa Reysol. They've never risked too much. They stayed there like in the battle, but they were the safer of the three basically all the time, and well, they saved themselves, and they are in the Emperor's Cup final, and that's really important. We see how that goes. And Yokohama FC, they go down J2 29 points, and that's surprising on a side, because they've had so many great games, like against Yokohama F1, they won that at home. They had so many great big matches, but in the with the other teams, where there wasn't a big match, a big thing going on, they failed and they didn't have the consistency that it's needed to not finish last, and they couldn't do that, so they go down. I hope for them that they're gonna have a good season next year in J2. We are gonna follow them in J2. I'm gonna have a little bit more focus next year on the J2 league, and yeah, unfortunate for them, but they have the potential to go back up into the J1 in 2025. Anyways, that's pretty much it for this video. It was a pretty long one, but I'm gonna talk of course about the Emperor's Cup final when we're gonna approach Saturday, and we're gonna talk more about the teams that are going up from J2 and what happened in J2 this year. Thank you all very much for watching, and I hope to see you all very soon. Thank you.